soldier is filling in for a vacationing Steve Patterson today. So we know this June is an historic month for civil rights, from Juneteenth, marking the then end of slavery, to the Stonewall anniversary that started the Pride movement. Movies and shows can be a really great first step to learn about the struggles of certain cultures and communities, and then figure out what they're still facing.
Yeah, and here was some great first steps. Joining us via Skype from the website Paul's Trip to the Movies, presented by Musca Lighting, it is Paul McGuire Grimes. Hi, Paul.
Paul, nice to see you.
Hello. Hi, it's great to be here.
Okay, you're taking us to Netflix first. What do you want us to watch?
This is the new Spike Lee movie. It's called BLOODS, and it's about these 4 Vietnam vets who reunite in Vietnam to reclaim the body of their fallen soldier and find some gold that they left behind while they were there.
Okay, wow. Well, that sounds like a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of emotion in this.
This is a very emotionally draining film because of what Spike Lee does with his story. He has a way of, much like we saw with BlacKkKlansman, where he's using history to then connect to the present and have that kind of full educational moment so that we can learn about these black vets that don't get the attention and don't get the justice, and how it kind of all connects to the Black Lives Matter movement. And you have this fantastic ensemble of actors and what they go through as you learn about the wounds of Vietnam. And Delroy Lindo gives one of the best performances I've seen in the last decade, and what his character goes through in this movie. And Chadwick Boseman is also in it as well.
It's interesting that you bring this up because, you know, I remember as a kid so much more conversation about Vietnam, and, you know, that I think that's just how time goes on, right? I mean, time goes on and the stories aren't told as much, and the impact isn't talked about as much. I just feel like when I was a kid, there was so much discussion about it, and there isn't, and that's part of the history that you start to lose if you don't have it, you know, shown in art, or you're not discussing it.
And that looks beautifully shot as well.
Oh, he uses different cameras and different aspect ratios to convey the past with all the flashbacks and the present day scenes, because they don't have a different cast for them as younger. So it's the same cast, no de-aging. It's gorgeously shot.
Wow, that looks really
Best
cool.
movie I've watched all year.
I know, when I saw
incredible.
the video, it like reminds me of watching MASH, you know?
That's
how,
that's
you know,
true.
just like the quality of the...
It really does.
Okay, let's talk about Disclosure, Trans Lives on Screen. What are we experiencing here?
So this is a documentary on Netflix from Laverne Cox, and it is all about transgender representation in film and media and how important it is to have positive portrayals on screen. They talk about how 80% of Americans don't know anyone that is transgender or have never met someone that is transgender. So we need these positive portrayals to enlighten us, to educate us, so that there is this call to action at the end of the movie, so we can use these models that we've seen on screen to then make positive policies and changes for the LGBTQ community.
Well, I love seeing Laverne Cox being a creator of this. I mean, because you know Laverne Cox from Orange is the New Black, but being behind and really pushing forward a project is amazing.
Yeah, they interview a lot of trans people in the media, and as they talk about the different movies and TV shows that have left an impression on them, and how do they need them just as much as the cisgender community. And I think that this movie should really be seen too for parents that may have trans kids that need those resources to educate themselves as well. There's a lot of important conversations that can be had with this documentary.
Okay, quick before we go, give us the 30-second pitch on Queer Eye Season 5.
This show is the makeover show that we need right now, because it is all about the inner makeover. How do we come to love and accept ourselves if we want to try to love other people and move forward in our community? This show will make you cry. This show will give you hope. It's a bright light of positivity that so many of us need right now.
I loved the original one, but I haven't seen any of this new cast. I'm ready to binge on it.
Yeah.
It's no longer the kitschy show that it once was. You will be just stunned by the transformations that their clients go through to love and accept themselves.
That's so awesome. Thank you, Paul.
Lots
we appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. See you, Paul. And you can visit Paul's website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for updates on movies and streaming services. You can also listen to Paul on the Colleen and Bradley Show. That's on My Talk 107 every Friday, or you can watch him on his YouTube channel, also called Paul's Trip to the Movies. He's got it all covered.
I know. When you're wondering what to watch, he's the guy to go to. TCL's Movie Trip is brought to you by Musca Lighting. Their showrooms in Roseville and Eden Prairie are open now. They're doing extra cleaning, and they're asking if you visit, hey, just wear a mask. And right now, they have these special packages to choose from that will coordinate your lighting between your dining room, your foyer, and your island, all for one price. You can find these. It's such a cool idea at muscalighting.com. Thanks to Muska Lighting for sponsoring TCL's movie trip. Replace old and dated fixtures with a new light and change the look and feel of your home. Our mudroom fixture from Muska Lighting is a total showstopper. We get compliments from everyone who walks through the door. Talk to the experts at Muska Lighting in Roseville and Eden Prairie for help finding the perfect light for you.